What is going on, guys? Fight Club World. Now, this is a game that just came out on the PlayStation 5, April 3rd. So, okay, I've been playing this game, and by the way, the volume, it's gonna be on mute, and that's simply because the uh, the music. I was unable to turn the music off, so I had no choice but to play it on mute because the sound effects and the music was together, so you're not really going to hear sound effects on this because, music rights and stuff like that. You cannot turn the music off in this game. So let's get right into it. So basically, this is like a street fighting game with strikes only, kicks and punches. And I'm going to just kind of talk you through exactly how this game is. Now, it's going for $29, $29.99. Whether or not it's worth that, that's kind of iffy to me. I suggest you just watch the full video, take what you get from it, do your own research, make that decision on your own because I don't know if it can go for 30, but that's what it is. But anyway, it's fairly fun, you know what I mean? It's like basically underground. I do like the way they have all these ridiculous backgrounds. Like this looks like a workplace. You know what I mean? Like an office type deal where they're just at the workplace fighting basically, and they bump fists before the fight to make it look like they're trying to be professional. Like an underground organized fight ring is what it seems like it is. There's no grappling or anything like that. So I mean, and there's a side note. There was a game called like Real Fight. I think that was the name of it. I could be wrong. But it was at the PlayStation Store. It was supposed to release like September of 23. And it's still on my wish list. I think that game got canceled. This might be the same game because it's the same developer. So I don't know, But anyway, here we are with this game. As you can see, and I was being the guy in the black pants, by the way, in this particular fight. And one thing I will tell you, I don't understand exactly how you win and lose fights. Well, I do know that the red bar is, the energy. As long as you have the most energy, you're going to win the fight. But I never seem to knock the guy on the ground for a KO. And the time that you see between the two fighters' names that's at the bottom of the screen, that time never seems to run out because the fights just kept randomly stopping at random moments, and then they would say that I won the fight. Now, I do know that I was ahead, not really points, there's no points in this, but as far as the energy bar, my energy bar was always ahead of theirs, but the fight just seems to stop at random moments. It doesn't let the clock run all the way out, and the guy never hits the ground and gets KO'd or anything like that. That's probably the worst thing about this game, I would say. And, the kicks don't really connect too well in this. Winning the fights is not too hard. I mean, I didn't lose none of the fights. I do know triangles block, squares, I believe squares punch, X is kick. And that's really pretty much what you got in this game. And then, of course, your character can move around and whatnot. But, yeah, I mean, this is what it is. It's a fight game. It's like a street fight based game. And there's like 14 fighters to choose from. You select who you fight. So, I mean, there's that element to it. And, the game is it's a little glitchy, of course. It's an indie developer. Like I said, there's no clinching or grappling or there's nothing on the ground. You can't even land on the ground in this. When they get hit, they don't even fall to the ground. See, like right there, it just automatically just said I won the fight. And that to me is like That's something I don't know what's going on with that. I had another fight game that was kind of like that, an indie game, and I don't know what's going on, why it does that, but I don't drain their energy all the way out to where they're KO'd. They never fall or anything like that, but so there's that. What I do like about this game, I do like all these little backgrounds. Every time you want to fight at a particular background that you just unlocked, you will unlock the next background. So that's basically what you're fighting for in this game. That's really what your reward is, as far as I know. That's really all you get, I think. You may be unlocking fighters too. I had to look into that. I don't know if all the fighters are unlocked in this or not. But I was able to count 14 fighters as, at some point I counted 14 fighters. And I'll show you that later in this video because this is not in real time. My commentary was not in real time. I did it after I played the game because of the sound issues that I told you about. I couldn't do it in real time because you can't turn the music off. And yeah, I was trying to find a way to play the video without the audio playing because, like I said, YouTube has very sensitive rules when it comes to like playing licensed music and stuff like that. And I don't know the magnitude in which this music is licensed, so I just don't know. There's no custom fighters or anything like that in this. You just have these fighters to choose from, which is fine. They all have unique names and stuff like that. But it doesn't seem like there's a unique fighting style with each fighter. If it may say that it does in the description of the game, I don't know. And they may be a difference in the way some of the guys are throwing punches and kicks, but I didn't really notice anything different. It seemed to me like they were fighting the same way. That was kind of something I didn't like because I wanted, you know what I mean, it to be, different based on whoever it is you select. Like one guy throw a different style of kicks and punches since that's all you have is kicks and punches and blocks. I would like to see different guys with different fighting stances. And as you can see, I'm winning these fights at random moments. I don't really get it. So, you know, it's like stoppage, but it doesn't really make logical sense. However, they were still saying that I was winning all the fights. I personally don't believe this game is fully complete, basically, is what it seems like. But like I said, yeah, and I was on, as I unlock more stuff here. And that's basically what you're doing. And you could basically, you just gotta watch your stamina in this. You can spawn the square button and just attack the dude until your stamina gets low, and then you back up with blocks until your stamina gets back up. And then after that, you can charge him again by just constantly pressing square. I go with punches. Kicks, like I said, kicks don't really land too well in this. They do sometimes, but not too much. So square is going to be your main button. Triangle is your block. But you're going to be doing a lot of punching in this because that's how you're going to win your fights. You're just going to constantly tap square and go towards your opponent to put together combos that overwhelm him, basically. And I will tell you, there's a lot of backgrounds to unlock. And that is really the cool thing about this game that I like. And that's really the only thing to this game, basically. You have your fighters to choose from, of course. Like I said, it looks to me like they fight the same way. That's what it seems like to me. Maybe I got to take a closer look at it. But it looks to me like they have the same exact fighting style when I'm beating the guy and when I'm fighting against the guy. I'm not seeing really any difference there as far as one guy fighting one way and one guy fighting another. I don't know that there's even attributes in this. There very well could be, but I don't see of any attributes or anything like that. You just basically have avatars from what I'm seeing. They all have their own name and their own look, but it doesn't seem like there's really a difference in the way they fight. But you could take this game for what you see it as, and kind of make your decision if this is something that you would want to get, you know, Fight Club World. Like I said, there's not too much to this. You're basically just, the guys seem to me like they fight the same way. And you're basically, that's what you're fighting for. You're unlocking backgrounds. And that's basically what it is here. And as you can see, as I was looking at some of the backgrounds, they have like a sports arena, and I think the backgrounds are really cool, and they do make a difference in the fight, the way the guys move around, where they can go. You know what I mean? And it's actually, and like I said, I'll say it again, I do actually like that. I would like for the game, for the game to be complete, I would need guys with different fighting styles. Some guys slower than others, some guys stronger than others. Of course, there's no grappling in this. Indie developers have a really hard time with grappling, putting grappling moves in their games. In ground fights, you rarely see that in indie fight games. I mean, I can't even think of a time where I saw that. It just seems like indie fight games are striking only. So yeah, this is what we have here. We just have a game where you're just punching and kicking and blocking. That's what you're doing. And it's pretty straightforward. When your stamina runs down, you could just hold your block up and back away from your opponent. Once your stamina comes back, you could charge at him again, but you do want to watch yourself and make sure he doesn't overwhelm you with combos, because if they put you in combos that are too overwhelming, you're not going to be able to just block right away. And that makes sense. You know what I mean? You got to be able to get yourself together in order to block. The game is fairly fun. Like I said, I don't know about $30 though. I just don't know, because I just feel like the game is fairly fun. Whether or not it's worth 30 is up to you to decide if you feel like it is. I don't know that it is. Okay, I don't know. But yeah, you have your 14 different unique fighters, and you select who you fight against, who you fight as, and you just have your fights at these locations that you unlock. And as you can see, I won that fight. Again, just random moments, just random victories. But anyway, that's this video. I'm gonna leave it at that. And right here is where I was kind of scrolling through all the fighters to see who they had, but I'm gonna leave a little bit of extra gameplay to end the video, but I'm not gonna really say much else.